What's up guys, so I'm back with another video, and today we are going to talk about weight training for novices. Now, I've seen a lot of novices, and this is just my practical observation, doing a lot of isolation movements, a lot of complex exercises in the gym, and they've not even completed, say, 18 months of training. Some of them are barely 6 months into training. There's one thing that I am very, very stubborn on, and that's novices should start off their training by building a strength base. Once you've built your base, then you can experiment. Once you become an intermediate is when you start experimenting. At least when you've completed your first 18 to 24 months of training is when you start experimenting. At least 12 months. How do you build your base? You build your base on conventional exercises. What is conventional exercises? Your conventional compound movements. The deadlift, squat, bench press, overhead press, barbell rows, dips, chin-ups. Even if you rotate just these 7 exercises, you are going to get tremendous strength gains. And I'm not saying that you can do only these exercises. You can obviously throw in the barbell curls for your biceps and some push downs here and there. But these should be the meat and potatoes, the bread and butter of your workout. These should be the focal points of the workout. Everything else should surround. If you don't focus on these exercises, you're not going to put enough muscle on your overall frame, because trust me on this, study after study after study has proved that no isolation exercise can match the amount of muscle that conventional compound movements can put on your entire frame. These are multi-joint exercises, so the amount of muscle that these can put on your entire frame, which novices need by the way, is unparalleled. The 7 exercises that I just mentioned, even if you just do these 7 exercises and program them properly with an occasional barbell curl here and a push down there and a fly here, you will get maximum amount of gains, both on strength and hypertrophy. You don't need complex movements. You don't need gimmicky movements. You don't need gimmicky programs in your first year of training. You're going to make your noob gains. The first year of training, the noobs make the quickest progress because the CNS, the muscular system, everything is in WTF mode is what I like to call it. The body has not experienced something like that. You're putting it through something which it has not experienced in its lifetime before. So it is going to adapt like anything. The noobs are the quickest gainers. After people on steroids, the newbies are the quickest gainers. And during this quickest gain phase, you need to maximize the amount of muscle that you put on your body. That's why I always recommend noobs to not be cutting, to not restricting your calories. And it's not like you become obese by eating. It is that you, for that particular year, you be on a slight calorie surplus, or at least on maintenance calories, and focus on putting as much muscle as you can on your frame, because that 1 year you are going to gain muscle and strength like anything. And after that, when you start hitting plateaus, it becomes very, very difficult. Then you have to scratch and claw for every single ounce of muscle gain that you're going for. Once you reach that barrier where you enter the intermediate stage of lifting, you have to do everything in your power to get that extra half a pound of muscle, to get that extra 5 pound in your weightage, in your tonnage. So don't waste your first year and don't waste your noob gains. Make sure that you're maximizing it. And how do you maximize it? You maximize it by being strong on your conventional basic lifts. Avoid the fancy work. You can do all the fancy work in the second year of training. Make sure you build a strong base. Your building will not be strong and sturdy unless the base is proper. But just make sure that you're focusing on your big lifts and doing your other isolation exercises around them. That is what I want to say. Stop with the gimmicky lifts. Stop with them. Don't do gimmicky lifts ever. I mean, what's the point of you standing on a Bosu ball and squatting? If you want to train your core more, train your core separately. Squatting on a Bosu ball is essentially a one-way ticket to the hospital, nothing else. Med ball, Bosu ball squats. Why do you need to do that? You don't need to do that. If you want core stability, you can train your core separately. First year, focus on strength, build your base. Trust me, all the isolation work that you do on the second year will be on a bigger, better strength base with a lot more muscle if you just wait for it till the second year. Focus on your compound movements. Nothing else is going to put the amount of muscle that the basic conventional exercises are going to put on your frame. I'll be seeing you.